Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, the kids are home an extra day from school, so they're here kind of doing their thing, and I got the kitchen cleaned up and I need to start working for dinner. I did notice that I am out of bread though, and I was like, you know what? I just got this new bread maker and proofer to review, so I'm going to use this because I really like it. It's nice having something with a high temperature, or like the perfect proofing temperature. So I'm going to use this to make some rolls that I'm going to get the recipe out of this Fanny Farmer cookbook. Mama Sue sent this to me a couple of years ago, and thank you so much. I love it. I'm still using it, and we're just going to use the regular loaf bread recipe. So that's what we are doing today. I'm sure there'll be more in this. I'm not quite sure. This might start what we're going to eat in the week and what I cooked this week. So I'm not quite sure about dinner just yet. I do have some shredded chicken that I need to get used up. So this might turn into a loaf bread. And then I got chicken and tortillas. Maybe make some chimichangas. That sound good? So that's the plan for today. If you're new to the channel, my name is Carolina. Please give me a like. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Press that notification bell. It'll let you know every time I post a new video. And if you don't mind leaving me a comment, even a heart goes a long way. Thank you so much. All right, let's get in here and let's make this bread. Okay, I have 1 cup of hot water, like about 110 degrees. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar to that. And then you're gonna add a packet of yeast. I have bulk yeast, so it's 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. You're gonna put this in here. The sugar and the sugar is gonna feed it, and the warm water is going to activate it. Let's give that a mixture, and then this should get nice and foamy. All right, set that aside. Now we are going to heat up 1 cup of milk. I'm going to be using 2% here. I'm just going to put that in Chef Mike for about a minute. All right, now to our bowl, we're going to add 2 tablespoons. It says shortening or vegetable oil. You could probably also use butter. I'm going to use shortening. So I'm going to add it directly to the bowl here. And then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. Pour the milk in there. See, look, our yeast is already foamy. I like that. All right, all we need next is approximately 6 cups of flour. So put this in here. Here's what it's looking like in there. All right, I'm gonna add 4 cups of flour, and then we'll keep an eye on it. It says mix for 15 minutes. Let's start. Alright, here's what it's looking like. I did add 1 more cup of flour, so we're up to 5. Let's add a 1/2 cup more. Alright guys, I'm going to let this mix for the 15 minutes, and then I'll bring you back and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright guys, this is done. It did its 15 minutes mixing. Look at that. Beautiful dough. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray this so it doesn't stick. And then we're going to put this in here. What?
So Batman hit one of the monsters in the belly.
Yeah.
And the monster's like, missed me, and then Batman's like, no, I did not.
The kids are watching Lego Movie number 2. Alright, so this is going to ferment for 90 minutes. Usually just till it doubles in size, but I think it has to flash. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now it's flashing. Alright, so. Do you see what it looked like? And then we'll see you in an hour and a half. We'll see how it looks. Alright, guys. It hasn't been the full 90 minutes. It's only been about an hour. But take a look at this. You ready? You ready? Are you ready? Boom. I'd say that doubled. Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful dough. Alright, we're going to put some flour down. Turn it over. See, that's why we sprayed. Else it would have got stuck. So we're just going to kind of roll it. This is for 2. Oh, this dough feels so good. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut this in half. One I'm going to use right now, and one I'm not. So here's my loaf pan. So just bake one because I only have one loaf pan. The rest I'm just going to put in the freezer, and we'll either store it and do it later, turn it into rolls, something like that. It doesn't take very long for the bread to thaw, and it's very good in the freezer, like freezer proof. It'll bake fine after that. Alright, I'm just kind of rolling it out, trying to make sure bubbles are out. It's all flat, same thickness, because then we're going to roll. Kind of like a cinnamon roll, I would say. Alright. So make sure you kind of pinch the seam together. And then we'll put it in here. Kind of big. Probably won't look like the perfect loaf, but it'll get there. Let's cut. Score the top of it. So we're going to cover this and let it sit just at room temperature here, probably about an hour. As for this, let's turn this into a round. I'm just kind of pushing down and pulling it towards me, and it's tucking itself in to bring it all together and make it one solid ball. And you could bake it like this and make, a round bread. That's not a bad idea. You see how this is kind of breaking, so I'm just going to keep doing it until that stops. Alright. I'm going to cover this in flour. And then we'll put it in a Ziploc bag. As much air as possible. And then this is going in the freezer. And we'll thaw it out and use it another time. It's really nice bread though. I think it's going to work great. Alright guys. Look at our bread. Oh, look at how poofy. She looks good. So we're going to put it in a 425 degree oven for 15 minutes. And then we're going to turn it down to 350 and cook for about 30 more minutes. And then we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Oh, yeah. Alright guys, it was in for 15 minutes at 425 and then 15 at 350. So let's get it out of here. Alright, we're just going to tip it out because you don't want it to stay in the pan because it will get soggy. Sure it sounds hollow? Sure does. Alright, we're just going to kind of leave it on its side here and we'll let it cool down. Oh boy, if we can wait that long. Turned out great. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna make some sandwiches with my bread I just made. I got this bacon I pulled from the freezer. It's about 3 years old, so we're gonna get it used up. This is my last one of that one case I got. Some of them I kept rolled up like this. Other ones I just diced up. But this is the last rolled up one for sliced bacon. Okay, oh, it's kind of messy. Luckily my grill is not too hot yet, so I can do this. Alright, we're gonna get this cooking. We're gonna open up this one. Look at my bread. Put it in the Ziploc. Didn't that turn out great, you guys? Look at that. So we are going to slice this and give it a try. I love it. I'm so proud. Alright, I got some mild cheddar. That's what we're going to use. Not on any sliced cheese. Alright, here we go. I got one hole in there. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm getting it everywhere. Well, we are bread getting nice and toasty. Alright, we're going to scoop some of this grease. Alright, we got some mayonnaise down. Put some of our bacon. Wow, look at that sandwich. Let's give it a try. What do you think? Would you eat that? Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh. I'm gonna keep cooking, but that's what we're having for breakfast. Yum. You guys, making that bread was so easy. Now, if you don't have a bread machine like I do, that's fine. You can easily do it just using your dough hook on your KitchenAid or mixing it by hand. A lot of people do that. Having a machine really does help though, and is worth the investment if you're going to be making a lot of your own bread. So after those bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches, delicious, everybody loved them, I am now going to be making some homemade sausage biscuits. Now the sausage is just like Johnsonville pre-made sausages. However, these biscuits are 2-ingredient biscuits, and I'm going to show you how to make them. They're super easy, super flavorful. So let's get over to the counter and let's make these sausage biscuits. Hey everybody, we're going to make some 2-ingredient biscuits by using self-rising flour and heavy cream. I got our oven set to 500. We're going to do 2 cups of flour. And then 1.5 cups of heavy cream right in there. Oh, just a little, put a little in there for my coffee. Okay. And give it a mix. Alright, let's put some flour down. Just mix it a little bit. Don't handle it too much or it will make it tough. Alright, now take all these loose pieces, put them in the middle. We're going to fold it into itself, and this will help create some layers. Alright. Let's roll again. They see me rolling my biscuits. That's how you know we're making biscuits for breakfast. No, about a 1/2 inch thick there. Alright, now you can use a cutter. I have a cutter around here. Or you can just cut it. Oh, here's my cutter. Got it? Hey, Betty. You're making biscuits. Good job staying in your bed. You did it. All right, here's one skillet. I'm going to do another one since we have some extra. We'll put them in at the same time. All right, everybody, our oven hit 500, so we're going to put these in here. And we are going to cook them for 15 minutes. You know, I'm going to do 10 because they're a little smaller, and then we will check them. All right, guys, these have been in here for about 20 minutes. Done. Oh, yeah. Now, I also put some sausage in. Figured while I had the oven on, just cook it this way. And then you can make little sausage biscuits, yeah. I'll give these like 3 more minutes. What? Oh, these look good. Gonna get the top with butter as I move on. I got some of these cute Halloween plates. You see the ghost in there? 25 cents because it was 50% off Halloween stuff. So for 25 cents, I'll get some of those plastic plates. Alright guys, let's give it a try. Ooh, flaky. Crunchy. Fluffy. A little good. And how easy was that? It did take a little longer than I thought. It was probably more like 20 minutes. And the sausage is going to be ready. I'm going to make little cuts and make little tiny salsa sandwiches. Alright, I'll show you how I do that. Alright guys, let's give this a try. We're going to cut this in half. Oh my god. Guys, look at this cute biscuit. Let's give it a try. I'm just going to give a small bite because I'm only going to be able to get 9 of them, so I'll give 3 each to the children. You know, I've seen packages that it comes in too, so you could totally make your own. Oh, so good. Alright guys, we're going to eat some breakfast. Let's see what I'm cooking next. Now, if you're worried about that leftover sausage, I did cut it up and make some gravy, and then I used the leftover biscuits that we didn't have enough sausage to turn into sausage biscuits. We turned that into biscuits and gravy. So all of it did get utilized, and it was so good. I hope that you give that a try. Now, next, I was able to make some shredded chicken. Now, this is one thing that I just had it cooked. I didn't really have a plan for it, so it's something that I prepped while I was in the kitchen that day. So I cooked up some chicken, and now we need to get it used up. So let's see what 2 dinners I make from some crockpot shredded chicken. Hey everybody, for tonight's dinner, I'm going to be utilizing some of this chicken that I had cooked in that sauce I got from the food bank. If you're wondering what chicken I am referring to, this is the one that I got from the food bank, and then I'm going to put it in the crock pot, and then I have this Duke's mayonnaise sauce I'm going to add to it, and then a couple of other things. So let's see how I did it. Alright, we got the 4 chicken breasts in there. I am going to put in some of my garlic here. It's garlic confit, I guess is technically what it is, but it's just like garlic oil, and then all the garlic is at the bottom. So anyway, some yummy garlic we're putting in there, and then this Duke's Southern sauce. Let's give it a try. I mean, it's okay. It's just like a mayonnaise, I guess. I'm gonna use it all. Little weird, but one thing I like to add to all my meats is some vinegar. It really helps make them tender. So I'm gonna add maybe a tablespoon. This is apple cider. To my bottle I just used, we'll add a tablespoon to it. Shake it just like you would water, you know, to clean your bottle. But that way we put our vinegar in there instead of the water. Alrighty, and this was how big was this? 14 fluid ounces. Alright, that's what it looks like. Let's put a lid on it. I'm going to put it on low. It's 10 o'clock, so it should be done by, you know, 5 o'clock, I would say. Now that you saw how I made it, let's see how I use it. I'm going to be using, I'd say about half of it, maybe a little more. Oh, not that much. Yeah, made it turn out a little oily. Here's our meat. We might have a little extra when we're done. I also have a pack of frozen bell peppers. This is yellow and red. I just portioned them in half-cup servings, so I'm going to just throw this in the microwave for a minute, get it thawed out. I'm going to put in a little bit of cumin because we're kind of going for, I guess, an enchilada kind of thing. So I got that. I'm going to put in a block of cream cheese. And then I have this green taco sauce. It's medium. I'm hoping it's not very spicy. Let me try it. And then I'm thinking this could kind of be like the enchilada sauce. Alright, let's give it a little bit of a try. That might be a little spicy for the kids. It's good though. Let me go ask husband what he thinks. Husband, is this gonna be too spicy for the kids? It's gonna be poured over like chicken burritos. Do you want to try a little bit, Jam? Think it's too spicy? It's gonna be mixed with other things, so it won't be as strong. That's good? Not too bad? All right. Yeah, and we'll have sour cream in there and cream cheese. All right, I had Betty Jan try it. She says she's good to go. So let's get this block of cream cheese added. I have some super sharp cheddar. I'm gonna use, been working on it slowly. I'm gonna put it in here, get it used up and out of the fridge. And then I also have some cheddar cheese that we're gonna shred, and we're gonna put it on top like when it's almost done. All right, let's go ahead and get this all mixed together. Make it like a nice creamy filling. All right, let's give it a try, see if it needs anything. I'm gonna add some salt. It's definitely creamy though. I'm also gonna add a little bit of my house seasoning. And let's put some of the taco sauce in there. All right, mix again. All right, let's try a little more. Much better. All right. I got a 8x8 square here. Let's put a little bit of the taco sauce on the bottom. Just to kind of coat it a bit. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add some water to this because it's kind of thick, because it's more of like a salsa, you know. It's supposed to go on top of tacos, so I'm going to add a little bit of water, shake it up. So one, that'll not make it as spicy, and two, it'll kind of stretch it out, so now I have a full bottle to use. Tortillas. Put our filling in, tuck, roll, and make sure you kind of pull it tight. There we go. Line up your filling, tuck, roll, go. All right, I'm going to keep doing that, and I'll see how many I can get. All right, we got 7 enchiladas here. Let's drizzle our sauce over it. Boom. All right, we are going to bake this probably 30 minutes, and then I'm going to put some, we're going to shred our cheese, and then I'm going to put some cheese on it, and then bake it probably for another 15. So then it goes. Husband's in the background whining at me that it's not beef. All right, I do have a couple of these left, like a little bit of meat left, so I think I'm going to fill some of these up, and then I'm going to cover them in oil, and then we're going to bake them along with it, and then we can have some freezer ones, yeah? Maybe some chicken enchiladas or something. Or like chimichangas kind of thing, you know? That's what I'm thinking. Doesn't hurt. Alrighty, that made 4 of them. I'm gonna brush them with some oil. And then I'm gonna put them right there in the oven with the other ones. And then this will make 2, lunches for husband. Alright, and it goes. Oh, excuse me. Nope. It's only been 20 minutes, so let's do another 10. Alright guys, it is done. I put some cheese on there 15 minutes ago. It took probably about 45 minutes in the oven total. And then these, nice, not too crispy, but crispy enough that they won't get soggy in the freezer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we're gonna put some sour cream on there, and that's what's for dinner. For dinner tonight, we are going to be using up the rest of this chicken by making chicken spaghetti. It is super simple. You just need whatever pre-cooked chicken you're going to use, a pound of cooked spaghetti. You usually use a cup of chicken broth, but I'm going to use a cup of water and some chicken bouillon and mix in there. You can do 2 cans of cream of mushroom, or you can do cream of chicken or cream of whatever. It mixes in really well. And then we're going to do 1 can of Rotel with diced chilies, and about 3 cups of shredded cheese. So let's get in here and let's make this oven chicken spaghetti. I do have my oven set on 350. First thing we're gonna do is get all of these cans open and in here. I'm sorry, I lied. We're also going to need 1 cup of sour cream. So let's get all of this mixed up in our pan. Then our 1 cup of sour cream to our 2 cans of cream of something. Add our can of Rotel with the juice, our 1 cup of water or chicken broth. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go for about a tablespoon. There's not much seasoning in this, and we're going to add the pasta and the cheese as well. Alright, to this, let's add about 2 cups of shredded cheddar or whatever cheese you have. And then we're going to give this a mix before we add our pasta and our chicken. Alright, now we're going to add in our chicken and our 1 pound of spaghetti. And again, get this mixed up. Oh boy. You could totally pre-mix in another bowl and then transfer as well. I'm going to switch to tongs. If I use tongs, and then I can grab it and kind of roll it, and that mixes it without it slopping all over. Haha, I won. See? Yeah. Alright, so we're just going to get this all nice and spread out. Alright, I do want to add some more seasoning, but I don't want to remix it all, so I'm just going to put some of my house seasoning on top here. And then whenever we grab a piece, you know, the top will be flavored and it'll mix all in. Oh, just in time, our oven is ready. We are going to go ahead and add our cheese on top of this. You can do it later too if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and put on top. It's about a cup, or, you know, until it's all covered. All right, this is going in for 30 minutes, and then we'll see what it looks like. It is done, everybody. This was in here for a total of 40 minutes. Could let it thicken, like cool down and thicken. Ooh, look at that, yeah. Creamy, boily. It's boil is what I meant. Alright, so the inside is a little drier than the outside here. So you could always mix it more if you need to, or mix it better than I did. Alright, let's give her a try. I think this looks pretty good, guys. Let's give it a try. I got stuck there for a minute. Ooh, she's steaming. Spin. Oh, that is so creamy. Not spicy. I don't know if you were worried about having the Rotel in there, if it's too spicy for the kids. But it's really not. The sour cream and the cream of soups really mellow it down. This is a great recipe, especially if you have children. And the leftovers freeze fantastic. So you can pre-make a whole bunch of it, portion it, put it in the freezer, pull it out when you needed a quick dinner. Well guys, if you've made it this far in the video, please give me a purple heart down below. Thank you so much for coming along and seeing what I cook in a week. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Bears.